After an insane end to last week's episode, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of TNC. We kick off the go-home show before Battleground with Jason Graves. He made his debut in TNC just a few short weeks ago, answering the open challenge set by Kent Killstrom. And he put on a good showing, but ended up falling a little bit short against his former Bandit Club leader. Tonight he is looking to change his fortunes. No more Kent Killstrom in this new era of Jason Graves as far as he's concerned. He's his own man now. And tonight, for him, he hopes that marks the beginning of a new era. He will go one-on-one with the Destroyer, Seth Ross, who sustained a concussion in his victory over Masked Man back at Clash of the Titans, but he is now cleared and ready to go, making his return against Jason Graves, who he's never gone one-on-one with in his career before. Never happened in RHW. Jason Graves was not much of a singles wrestler. Specialized more in tag team action with Jake Phoenix. But tonight these two will go one-on-one for the very first time. Both Graves and Seth Ross laser focused and ready to go in this match, and the bell is rung. We are underway. Big clubbing blow to the back by Ross to kick us off here on TNC, but Graves with a kick to the back of the knee. Ross springboard DDT to Graves in the middle of the ring. Now a double axe handle to the back of Graves. But Graves able to whip Ross to the mat, went for a moonsault but couldn't quite hit Seth. But Graves able to roll Seth up here, could not get a 1 count. That shot is blocked by Ross. Hooking the arm, looking for a suplex, but Graves able to wiggle his way out. Now sending Seth into the corner. Graves with speed gets eaten up by an elbow. Seth has Graves up again, and once again Jason Graves able to wiggle his way out. And a huge right hand from Seth knocks Graves down to the mat. And a stomp to the arm for good measure. For the most part of this match thus far, Seth Ross has been in control. But Graves still has plenty of fight left in him as he lands a big drop kick there. Stomping away at the ribs of Ross and a big forearm. Now it's Graves' turn to go after the arm of Ross. Returning the favor a little bit. Now Graves off the ropes, hits the neck breaker. And now a stomp to the ribs. Ross quickly back to his feet here, but a huge clothesline by Graves knocks him right back down. Graves tried to whip Ross into the corner, but it's Ross who whips Graves off the ropes. Huge clothesline by Graves. And another. Jason Graves off the ropes. Hits the drop kick. And he's starting to feel the energy from this crowd. As Graves gonna drag Seth towards the middle of the ring, looking for a cover. Can he put Seth away here? No. Kick out at 2. Graves, nobody even in the area code for that moonsault. And Seth looking to take advantage, but nobody home on the big splash. Both men to their feet here. Snapmare by Graves. Gets in front, hits the house call. Into the cover. Can he put Seth away? Kick out at 2. Roundhouse missed by Graves. And Seth tossing him onto the apron. Now both men out there on the apron. Seth looking for a suplex. Back first goes Graves onto the corner of the apron. And now Seth might have been looking for a pile driver or a power bomb. Who knows? But it wasn't to be. And now a baseball slide through the bottom of the ring onto Seth Ross. Innovative offense there by Jason Graves. Now Graves making his way up to the top rope. Jason Graves hits the stomp from the top. Into the cover he goes. Is this gonna do it? Kick out at 2.5 by Seth Ross. Seth barely clinging on to life as he's able to get a boot up there. Huge lariat is countered by Graves. Now he's going to drag Ross over to the corner. Face first off the turnbuckle he goes. But Seth able to get a knee up and counter Graves. Now Seth with speed hits the big clothesline in the corner. But Graves countering with a dragon screw. And this time almost had the moonsault, but Seth able to get out of the way. And a big knee by Graves. Looking to put this one away, couldn't do it. Seth Ross hits the pop-up power bomb. Into the cover. Is this gonna do it? Kick out at 2 by Graves. Seth looking to put this one away for good. Tossing Graves to the outside here. And Seth in pursuit. Graves still doesn't really know where he is. Seth hoisting him up for the power bomb into the apron. That could do it as Graves gets tossed back into the ring by Seth here. Seth making his way up to the top rope. What could he be looking for here? Waiting for Graves to reach his feet. Hits the cannonball from the top rope. Into the cover on Graves. Middle of the ring. Is this going to do it? Yes, it will. And Seth Ross is victorious. And wait a minute. Ken Killstrom making his way out to the ring. Attacking Jason Graves. But Seth coming back in to help Graves. 3 right hands by Seth. And a clothesline sends Kent flying out of the ring. Mutual sign of respect from Jason Graves and Seth Ross. But you got to imagine that Ken Killstrom's not in the rearview mirror anymore for Jason Graves after that. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time to find out who murdered the judge in the Spade Crimson Court case. The murderer specifically requested a no DQ match with Cole Crimson. And the execs at TNC granted his request. We still don't know who it is. We know that they have a checkered past with Cole Crimson. And that's why this person requested this match. But who is it gonna be? You gotta be kidding me! From the fucking dead, it is Tommy Vacan. He murdered the judge. He tried to get Cole Crimson thrown in jail in Owen Spade's place. But it wasn't to be. And now Tommy Vacan steps into a TNC ring for the first time, looking to murder Cole Crimson legally. Unbelievable. We haven't seen Tommy Vacan in like 2 years. I don't even remember what he was doing the last time we saw him. It's been that long. But anyway, no disqualification. Here we go. Cole Crimson, Tommy Vacan. For the first time in forever. Big neck breaker by Vacan. And now just beating the absolute hell out of Cole Crimson. Vacan off the top rope with the crossbody. Dragging Cole back to his feet. Cole able to catch that right. Ended up slapping Vacan into a corner and hit him with a super kick. Now stomping away at the hands of Vacan. But Vacan still's got a big ass boot. Driving it into the face of Cole Crimson. Cole able to shove Vacan away. Hits a basement drop kick, sending Vacan to the outside. And now both men back in the ring here. Vacan almost hit a Uranagi there, going into the cover and a kick out of 1. Vacan sending Cole off the ropes. And they bump into each other there. Takedown by Cole into a pin. Can he get him? No. Countered into a pin by Vacan. Now another one by Cole. All for a kick out at 1. Kick to the gut by Vacan. And another. Now the chops and the punches. Vacan with the ass breaker. But Cole using that black magic. Ending up behind Tommy Vacan, now just tossing him across the ring. Off the ropes goes Vacan. Cole, back body drop to the big man. Now hoisting Vacan up. Big scoop slam by Crimson, and now a leg drop. Kick to the back by Cole. Still no use of any weapons thus far. Now Cole's going under the ring. He grabs a steel chair, but decides to leave it outside the ring. Vacan hoisted up again by Cole. Able to slip out this time and chop at the back of the knee. Now scratching at the back of Crimson. Off the ropes, Cole goes. Vacan ducking under. Looking to hit a slam of his own, but Cole able to weasel his way out. And now a side suplex by Cole. Cole to the outside. But makes his way back into the ring again. And a clothesline by Vacan. A back elbow by Vacan. Into the corner goes Vacan. Slips through the ropes. Hits the big roundhouse. And back into the ring he comes. Sending Cole off the ropes, ducking under again, jumping over. Hits the pop-up power bomb. Into the cover, Vacan goes to put Cole Crimson away, and a kick out at 2. Now it's Tommy looking for weapons, and he brings out a ladder. Sets it up outside the ring. Huge clothesline by Cole as Vacan re-enters the ring. And now Cole gonna wrench at the neck and the jaw of his longtime rival, slamming him headfirst back into the mat, and a headbutt to Vacan, dragging him back to his feet. Cole gonna whip him off the ropes. Went for the huge clothesline, but Vacan able to get out of the way and land an elbow to the back. And now Vacan waiting for Cole to rise. Vacan, Deadeye! Into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Cole. And Vacan can't believe it. Cole back to his feet quickly here, setting Vacan up for possibly a power bomb, and he drops him back first. But Vacan quickly to his feet. Cole gonna keep the pressure on. Cole back to the outside. And back into the ring. Or no, to the apron. Now back into the ring. Huge clothesline by Vacan. But Cole responds with a spinning heel kick. Into the cover he goes. Can he put Vacan away? No, just a 1 count for Cole Crimson. Blocked by Vacan. Sending Cole off the ropes. Ducking under. Jumping over. Tommy Vacan. Look, he was looking for that pop-up powerbomb again. Couldn't hit it. Cole, arms hooked for the pedigree. Rolling him over for the cover. Can he put him away after the pedigree? No, a kick out at 2. Dragging Vacan back to his feet. And now has the chokehold applied in the middle of the ring. Can he choke Tommy Vacan out and win this match? No, Cole letting go of Vacan. Back to the outside, Cole goes, and back in. Now looking for that twist of fate to seal the fate of Vacan. He's got him hooked for the twist of fate. Into the cover he goes to put this match away, and it's over. Cole Crimson was dominant in this match. Almost as if he knew in his soul that it was going to be Tommy Vacan. No weapons necessary for Cole Crimson. That's a big statement to make in a no DQ match when you don't need a weapon to put your opponent down. It may be legal, but he didn't need it. But Vacan did come close once, and it was with that Deadeye. But that Deadeye was not enough to keep Cole Crimson down. And once he couldn't hit that second pop-up powerbomb, it was basically over for Tommy. Ate the pedigree, ate a twist of fate, and that was all she wrote. Cole Crimson victorious in the go-home show before Battleground, 1 week before his tag team title match alongside Zyler Glass, as he looks to challenge Matt Marco and Tyler Vincent for those tag belts. You got to imagine that the confidence of the BHS is at an all-time high, and they're going to ride that wave of momentum into Battleground in Los Angeles at the Crypto.co arena. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next match. It's been a rough going for Olivia Martinez ever since her renewed rivalry with Olivia Harnage. Got swept by Harnage 3-0. Each loss seemingly more devastating to her than the last. And you can't really blame her for that thinking, considering their last match was on the biggest stage of them all, at Clash of the Titans. A lot of people thought Martinez was going to come away with the win on that night, try to salvage something, but it just wasn't meant to be for Olivia Martinez. And now she's basically back to square one a little bit. While Olivia Harnage, she might be next in line for a women's title match. So Martinez has got some hill climbing to do in this division.
And her opponent from Istanbul, Turkey, Alexia Lane.
Alexia Lane coming off a win last week against Chloe Adams. Looking to do more of the same here tonight against a low confidence Olivia Martinez. Lane seemingly got back on track last week, hoping to continue to ride that wave, continue climbing the mountain, and possibly getting back into the title picture. Both women ready to go. And the bell is rung. Here we go. Sling blade out the gate by Martinez. And now springboard moonsault to the back of Lane. And now Martinez wrenching at the nose of Lane. But Lane able to get the upper hand, going after the lower body of Martinez, stomping away. Continuing the assault on the legs. Now off the rope she goes. Went for the leg drop, but nobody home. Martinez whipping Lane into the corner. Knees to the gut. Repeatedly went for the boot, but Lane able to get her boot up first. And connects with a huge knee. And now the figure four locked in here by Alexia Lane, but broken up. Cover here and a kick out at one. Lane continuing the assault. Kick to the face. Continuing to hook that arm. Trapping it behind her while wrenching at the fingers of Olivia Martinez. Now Lane, another huge knee. And Alexia Lane showing off the confidence. To the apron she goes. Springboard crossbody, nobody home. And a moonsault, nobody home for Martinez. Lane off the ropes. Big right hand by Olivia Martinez. But Lane catching Martinez with a left. A huge right by Martinez there. Now she comes over the top rope. Off the ropes goes Martinez, and a big drop kick to the knee by Lane. Now just stomping away at Martinez. Leg drop off the top rope by Lane. Now dragging her to the corner, face first off the turnbuckle. And again. And now to the middle turnbuckle. Alexia Lane kicking the middle turnbuckle into the face of Martinez. Big knee there by Martinez too. Now Martinez has Lane hoisted up. Huge German suplex. Holding on for the cover to end this match. Kick out at 2. Martinez hoisting Lane back up. That right is blocked. That kick is blocked. But Lane still able to hit an enziguri. And now she goes into the cover. Can she put Martinez away? 2 in a kick out. Lane went for the crossbody. Martinez went for the moonsault. Neither, again, connected. German there by Lane. And now both women gonna start trading blows. Chop there by Martinez. One by Lane. Another by Martinez. Overhand chop. Big knee by Martinez. Now she makes her way up to the top rope. Waiting for Lane to reach her feet. Olivia Martinez hits the drop kick from halfway across the ring. Into the cover she goes to put this one to bed. And a kick out at only 1. Lane dodges that chop. Now connects with a few punches of her own. Finishes it off with the drop kick. Lane looking to drag Martinez. Martinez able to get those elbows to the gut and hits a kick to the back. Now Martinez sizing Lane up in the corner. Big knee, nobody home. Lane missed the drop kick there. Now elbows to the gut from Alexia Lane. Off the ropes, Martinez goes. Jumping over his Lane. She missed Martinez as well as the drop kick. And now Alexia Lane has the crossface locked in. Is Martinez going to tap out here? She has nowhere to go. But Alexia Lane lets go of the hold. And now Alexia Lane, arms hooked. Might have been looking for the backbreaker, but Martinez able to counter Alexia Lane. And now Martinez might be looking to put this one to bed. Hoisting Lane up for the one-winged angel. Into the cover, 1, 2, and a kick out by Lane. Leg drop off target by Martinez. And now Lane looking for that backbreaker, and this time able to connect. Quickly into the cover she goes. Is this going to do it? 2 and 3. Alexia Lane with back-to-back victories on TNC. Chloe Adams last week, this week, Olivia Martinez. And that's going to get her a lot of opportunities in the future A lot of opportunities in this match for both Lane and Martinez to put it away. Especially after that one-winged angel hit by Olivia Martinez, as you see in the highlights. But it ended up not being enough to keep Alexia Lane down. And as soon as she kicked out, Alexia Lane saw red, able to hit that backbreaker and able to pin Olivia Martinez for the victory.
Here is your winner, Alexia Lane.
Excited to see what's in store for the future of Alexia Lane. But ladies and gentlemen, we still got more graps to come.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Arthur Bay made his TNC debut just 2 short weeks ago in the #1 Contenders Battle Royal. Ended up coming up well short. Was the first man eliminated in that Battle Royal, which was eventually won by Air Zero, who challenged for the world title last week, but got interrupted by the golden ticket cash-in from Keith, albeit an unsuccessful cash-in, as against all odds, Pete Brents was able to retain. But we are excited to have Arthur Bay back on our screens to do his thing. And tonight he's going to face a very, very familiar adversary.
and his opponent from Hartford, Connecticut, weighing in at 228 pounds, the assassin,
Aiden Kennedy was also in that Battle Royal 2 short weeks ago, and much like Arthur Bay, fell well short of winning that match. And now these two are going to do battle for the first time in a TNC ring. Kennedy went one-on-one with King Zero last week in an absolute thriller, but it was King Zero who came up victorious in that match, able to finish Kennedy off with that pop-up King Cutter. And that was all she wrote for the Assassin just 7 days ago. But tonight's a new night for Aiden Kennedy. And he's got his sights laser focused on the man he tried so hard to push back in the RHW days. Both Arthur Bay and Aiden Kennedy set to go. And here we go. Big drop kick out the gate by Kennedy. Taking a step back and connecting with Rolling Thunder. Huge start here by Aiden Kennedy. Back-to-back losses. He feels like he's got something to prove here tonight. Springboard 450 by Kennedy. I don't blame Kennedy for this hot start at all. He's got to be pretty pissed off. He's lost 3 matches in a row going back to Clash of the Titans. As Bay just going to shove him away there. And they lock up here once again. Now Bay pushing Kennedy into the corner, and this is going to get broken up by the referee. Big forearm there by Bay. And they'll lock up one more time. Kennedy able to gain control of the wrist. But reversed by Bay, and now he's got control of the wrist to Kennedy. The history of these two date back many years before TNC, before even RHW came along as we knew it. This is near a decade in the making here. As Bay still has that wrist lock applied, but now a headlock by Kennedy here. Gaining control over Arthur Bay. And now he sends Kennedy into the ropes. Elbow blocked by Kennedy. Flatliner with the arm. And now looking for Rolling Thunder once again. Now just bashing away at the head of Bay. Big H-bomb there by Kennedy. And Arthur Bay forced to roll to the outside. Catches his breath, catches Aiden Kennedy off guard there. And Bay makes his way back into the ring, into a cover. And a kick out at 1 by the Assassin. Now a jumping neck breaker by Bay. Now a basement drop kick, keeping the Assassin at bay. Now a missile drop kick into the corner, hoisting Kennedy back to his feet. Now trying to drag him into another corner. But Kennedy able to reverse with speed. Forearm, nobody home. As Arthur Bay gets out of the way. And now an exploder into the corner. Bay off the top. Missed the elbow drop on Kennedy. Kennedy whipped into the corner. Elbow there by the Assassin. Tried to drag Bay. But Bay able to get those elbows into the gut. Chops and slaps, now a drop kick by Bay. Talking smack. Big clubbing blow to the face. And Bay's not done with another one. And Aiden Kennedy is in deep trouble here. Kennedy able to respond with a hip toss and a moonsault off the top. Stomping away at the feet of Bay. Now Kennedy gonna make his way up to the top rope here. Waiting for Arthur Bay to rise to his feet. Hits the springboard. And now a forearm. Another forearm. Kennedy Pele. Into the cover he goes to put Arthur Bay away, and a kick out at 2. Moonsault again by Kennedy into another cover to put Bay away, and this time he only gets a 1 count. Kennedy might be looking for the black bullet. No, looking for the KBD. He's got him up for it and hits the KBD. Into the cover once again on Arthur Bay. Can he put him away this time? No, a kick out at 2. Kennedy trying to drag Bay again, but again, those elbows to the gut. And now they're going to start trading blows here They're going chop for chop. Slap to the face there by Bay. Kennedy asking Bay for his best. Another chop there by Kennedy. Now it's Bay asking for it. Another chop. Another chop. Another one by Kennedy. There's one by Bay. Another one by Kennedy. And now it breaks out into a hockey fight. Bay hoisting Kennedy up for the brainbuster. Quickly he goes into the cover. Can he put the assassin away here? No. Kick out at 2. And now Arthur Bay looking for the Vegas lights. Can't connect. Kennedy with the counter. Rolling through into a stomp. Kennedy on the apron here. Hits the buckshot lariat and turns Arthur Bay inside out. Now waiting for Bay to reach his feet. Looking for a second KBD. Can he connect? Yes, he can! A second KBD to Arthur Bay. Surely this is going to do it. 1, 2, 3. And Aiden Kennedy is victorious. Snaps his losing streak in a big, big way. Meanwhile, Arthur Bay still looking for his first win here in TNC. They never said it would be easy. And although Bay looked impressive in this match, it just was not enough. Could not connect on that Vegas lights after he drilled Kennedy with the brainbuster. And that's the difference between winning and losing. If Arthur Bay could have hit the Vegas lights, it could have been wraps for the assassin again. But it's Aiden Kennedy this time who was able to come out on top and get his TNC career back in the right direction. Surely got to feel good about this one if you're the assassin. Go home show right before Battleground. Pick up a big win. Boost the confidence. Definitely got to feel good for him. Now we move on to our final match of the night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from London, England, Amy the Crusher.
Amy Knight picked up a huge win over Nico Chambers 2 weeks ago. Looking to continue her winning ways here tonight. Has looked very impressive thus far in TNC. Had a great showing back at Clash in the women's 4-way showcase, although she didn't pick up the win. Still looked great in defeat. And then 2 weeks ago, went one-on-one with Nico Chambers, and they put on an absolutely fantastic match in which Amy Knight came up victorious. And tonight, she's gonna look to do more of the same. And she'll go against a former TNC Women's Champion in Samantha Winters. She's had a rough go of it ever since she lost her title back at Clash in controversial fashion, as her shoulders were knocked down on the mat when the 3 count was pinned. She got a rematch 3 weeks ago, and Selena basically destroyed her. But tonight's a new night for Samantha Winters. Can she get back on the right track here against Amy Knight? The bell is rung. Here we go. Amy Knight able to avoid that spinning forearm. Now a headlock here by Winters. As we start off this one with a little chain wrestling. Wrenching at the head of Knight is Winters. Now both women back to their feet here. Winters continuing to hold on to that headlock, but not for long. Winters eats a drop kick courtesy of Knight. And now the kicks from Knight, but Winters coming back. Knight with the head scissors. But Winters catching Knight into a roll-up. Can she put her away? No. Kick out at 1. Remember, after this match, we're going to be hearing from the TNC World Champion Pete Brents about what happened in his match last week. He reportedly has a lot to say to Keith after he cashed in on him. As Winters continuing to wrench at the arm of Amy Knight. Knight able to turn it around. Gaining control of the wrist. Now wrenching that arm even further. Keeping control of the wrist. Winters nearly dropping to a knee and just has nothing going for her right now. Now able to counter. And these two women go back and forth with the chain wrestling. Face first, Knight goes into the mat. And now a big knee is going to bust Amy Knight open. Springboard moonsault from Winters to continue the onslaught. Winters eyeing up her opponent here. Tossing her all the way to the outside. Winters quickly to the top rope. Waiting for Knight to reach her feet on the outside. And a big kick all the way to the floor. And now Samantha Winters just hammering away at Amy Knight. But Knight back to her feet. One for a drop kick as Winters went for a pump kick. Neither connected. And now the palm strikes from Winters. Dragging Knight back to her feet. And now tossing her back into the ring. Knight able to kick Winters away. Gain a little separation. But Samantha Winters quickly back in control. Knight goes face first off the turnbuckle. Eats a kick. But Knight able to get an elbow up there. Now trying to drag the former women's champion into the ropes, and she does successfully. Knight goes with a handspring. Drop kick and a kip up. Into a cover she goes, and not even a 1 count on Samantha Winters. Off the second rope with the DDT. Dragging Winters back to her feet. And a bulldog is going to bust Winters open. Knight now into the cover. Can she put Winters away? No. Kick out at 2. And now Knight gets caught by Samantha Winters. Knight was looking to put this one to bed, but Winters wasn't having it. Now Winters up to the top rope as Knight reaches her feet. Big forearm off the top. Into the cover. Winters goes to put Knight away and a kick out at 2. Kick to the back by Winters. And now the springboard crossbody, nobody home. Winters hooking the arm. Paradigm shift. Into the cover she goes to put Knight away. And a kick out at 2. And now hoisting her up, but a reversal by Knight. Face first she goes, but an elbow by Winters. Now hits the black bullet. Into the cover Winters goes. Can she put her away? No. Just able to get the shoulder up. Release German there by Knight. Now quickly up to the top rope here. Amy Knight hits the huge splash off the top. Into the cover again she goes to put Winters away. No, kick out at 2. Elbow there by Winters to counter. Hits a clothesline. Hits a second clothesline. Catches the leg of Knight. Sweeps the other as she falls to the mat. Samantha Winters fired up here. Dragging Knight back to her feet. But Knight able to counter. Drop kick is missed. Forearm connects from Winters. And now Winters just stomping a mud hole into Amy Knight. Knight barely able to get back to her feet in the corner as she eats a flurry of kicks by Winters. And the kicks just keep on coming. Winters off the rope with speed. Big boot to the face. Quickly to the top rope. And hits the knee from the top. Into the cover again to put Amy Knight away. Can she do it? Yes, she can. And Samantha Winters is officially back on track. Her first win since losing the Women's Championship, and it's a big one. Because Amy Knight has looked very impressive every time she's performed. But tonight, Samantha Winters was able to get the better of her. This is a very back and forth match the whole way through. But tonight was just not the night for Amy Knight. Almost had her there, but couldn't get the 3 count. Samantha Winters battling the whole way. And was able to finish the job. After that huge knee off the top. And the former women's champion is back on the board. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from the world champion, Pete Brents, after what happened last week in his world title match. Let's hear what he's got to say.
I'm going to cut to the point because I'm pretty pissed off about what happened last week. Keith, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking getting involved in my business like that. Thought we were cool, man. You knew if you wanted a title match, all you had to do was ask. I thought we were looking out for each other here, but it only seems like you were ever out for yourself. And when you handed away that briefcase last week, you put up all those walls that I've slowly allowed you to let down these past few months. All that trust you built from the time I paid you to be my security to now, it's all gone, Keith. All those walls shot right back up, and it's nobody's fault but your own. Did you only team with me at full speed ahead because I paid you to be my security? Or did you want the exact same opportunity that Kent got all along? Even with the element of surprise to your advantage, you couldn't finish what you started. So in that case, I guess I'm going to have to finish what you started for you. You want a world title match so bad. You got it now, Keith. But be careful what you wish for. Because at Battleground, your dream is about to become your worst nightmare. Los Angeles becomes your tomb, and I will be the one to bury you where you lie.
I guess Keith has heard enough from the world champ. And wait a minute, the lights just went out in the arena. Do we still have power? Wait a minute! That's Jace Gold and Maskman Hunter Hagen. What the hell are they doing here? These are all BCW guys. They're all after Brents. Maskman has a kendo stick. And now he's swinging away at Brents. What the hell is this?